I don't take painkillers that much, really, not compared to some people. And, you know, my doctor says that I should take it more, really. I think, for me, I take some painkillers at night to help me sleep. I mean, not to knock me out, but to take the aches and pains away, which can affect your sleep and give you more troubled sleep. And in the daytime, I'll take painkillers to help me if I know that I'm going to be doing something particularly active and I need to walk quite a bit.
They do subscribe that you take them every 4 hours, but that's a joke, really. You could take them every 40 minutes if you could. I try and go the 4 hours, but obviously I can't. But I might go a couple of hours before I take another couple, and then they kick in. I'll probably take double the amount prescribed that I take. But I have been known to take a lot more when I've been in a lot of pain.
I take painkillers now when I have a bleed. I try not to take them other than when I have a bleed, so I don't take any for the arthritic type pain. I take it for the severe pain of a bleed.
I've taken in the past DF118s and pethidine before that, or at the same time, but I tend not to have to do that now, because if I treat the bleed very quickly, and I'm also on a prophylactic dose, so I treat myself twice a week to keep the clotting level up, so that in turn stops the bleeding. So I don't experience much internal bleeding. What I do take is a type of painkiller, an anti-inflammatory.
But the actual painkillers, I really only take sort of one, and it's this type of anti-inflammatory. You know, I take it before and possibly after a particular event that I think is going to cause quite a lot of stress.
The old favourite is the DF118s and coproximol. I do take more DF118s than I do the coproximol, because the coproximol is paracetamol based, and I don't like taking too many paracetamol. I mean, the quota is 8 a day, and I try not to go over the top of that. But as for the DFs, then I can take too many of them, like Smarties.
Well, I have tried cannabis in the past, and I must admit it's been quite useful. Mainly, I think, because it doesn't necessarily take the pain away as such, but pain causes you to get very tense. The muscles get very tight around joints, and I've found that very helpful, just to sort of mellow you out.
I don't want to get to the stage where I'm taking too many that I self-harm myself. I mean, I've got liver damage as it is already through Hep C, Hep B, Hep A. I don't want to overdo it on the painkillers.
Painkillers sort of take a toll on your body no matter what you do. If you read the instructions, they say shouldn't have with liver diseases, kidney disease, and I have both. So obviously you have to be careful. And also, of course, the stronger drugs do affect your brain, so that you can't think straight. And on top of the hepatitis C, which does your brain in anyway, it's a terrible cocktail, to be truthful.
You know, I've been out and about before now, and it's got to the time where I think I should have to take a couple of painkillers, and if I haven't got them with me, then you do start to panic. So that is the signs of addiction.
There's a tendency, or you could easily become quite dependent on it, so that you're relying on the medication rather than relying on yourself, and those are the problem. Of course, the other side effects of it is the fact that some people can become psychologically dependent on medication. Addicted is another way of saying it, and that's obviously a very big problem in it on its own.
7 years ago, and before I had those knee replacements, I was in such severe pain that I was taking 30 or 40 painkillers a day at that stage. I was in a lot of pain a lot of the time. I was at home. I was stuck on the settee most of the time. I couldn't get about, and my painkiller usage just went up and up and up until I was addicted to them for 3 or 4 years, I would say. After I had my knees replaced, that severe pain was taken away. I didn't need as many painkillers, so I was able to cut down, and after 2 or 3 months I was able to get it down to normal usage again.
I don't know whether it's psychological or not, but until I've had my painkillers when I wake up, and it's not until sort of half an hour after that, taking them, that you do feel easy enough to actually come downstairs.
By taking those aches and pains away, you are then able to sort of just do a little bit more. It also takes the stress as well. There are times when you're just completely wound up and you just need to take some painkillers to sort of knock it out.
I wouldn't be able to survive. I'd be sitting in a chair all day long, banging my head against the wall, if we didn't take them.
Specifically, I guess for me, it would enable me to walk more. That is the main problems for me. All the load-bearing joints are knackered in one way or another. And so, if I could, and of course everything that you do involves a bit of walking.
When the pain is really bad, painkillers help you to get on with the things that are important in your life. And being able to do the things that are important to me is my way of coping with having haemophilia.
So I'm trying to get the level right, just to take that edge off life so that I don't get too stressed and start barking and nagging at everybody, which is what tends to happen.
I think that keeping going is quite important for me. I don't like to let people down, so I try not to let my haemophilia and the pain that the haemophilia causes get in the way of my everyday life.
I'll wake up in the morning and almost think the day through and try and have goals to achieve during the day. I think I'm quite a stubborn person. I find it very, I concentrate on something, I decide I'm going to do something, and I'm pretty single-minded, and I have great difficulty deviating from that.
I mean, I don't have any formal religion, I don't sort of follow any particular type, but there's that sort of feeling, there's that belief that things will get better, that you've got hope, and doing something you want to do, I think, makes you feel good.
Yeah, anything that you can do. I mean, even if it's as simple as watching TV or as I do, I try and write stories and things like that.
People use a range of things to distract themselves. People can utilise music, they can do reading, but one of the most important strategies in my experience of the people I work with is actually having a goal. So work is really important, ways of distracting themselves. When they've got a purpose and a goal, that's a really important thing for them to get their minds off the pain.
I like to listen to very loud music, all types of music. I like to listen to book tapes, anything that you can use to distract you.
I flew a glider, I learnt to fly a glider, and then I was invited to be an instructor. And by doing that totally occupied my mind. It gave me a challenge. It was a sport, and I could do it because you didn't need physical prowess to do it.
I was doing French lessons last year. I found that very helpful. Not only did it get me out of the house, meeting people, and also getting my brain working. Well, that was very helpful. And of course, even before I may have been feeling all achy, by the time I finished that, I was feeling quite good and up.
Relax, meditate, chill out. That helps because you feel calmer and you feel better about yourself.
I like my drumming as well. I do that sometimes. I've got some congas, and that's great. It's sort of, again, that relaxes the physicality of it, but it's not too hard on me.
We go out most Saturday evenings and we go karaoke. That takes your mind off it. You have a few drinks and have a laugh, and I try and do some Elvis impressions, and